In the previous session, we have already studied about the plant tissues. We covered the meristematic tissues, in which we studied about the apical meristems, the intercalary meristem and the lateral meristems. Now in the current session, we'll try to cover the permanent tissues. The permanent tissues are of two types, the simple permanent tissues and the complex permanent tissue. These are the topics or the learning goals for this session. Now, how are permanent tissues formed? In the previous class, we studied that meristematic cells undergo differentiation and specialize to perform one particular function. This differentiation means that they acquire some unique shape, size or characteristic which will help them to perform their functions. So the same meristems can form all these types of cells depending on where they are in the plant and what functions they are supposed to perform. How do we get to see the different cells in the plant? If you cut a thin slice of a soft stem, keep it on a slide. Now put a drop of safranin on the slide and then a drop of glycerin. Now observe this under a microscope. You'll be able to see these beautiful cells arranged in amazing patterns. Permanent tissues are divided into two groups, the simple permanent tissue and the complex permanent tissues. Now the simple permanent tissues are named so because they are made up of only one type of cells. All the cells of simple permanent tissues are similar. The complex permanent tissues are made of two or more types of cells. So the cells are of different types in a complex permanent tissues, and these cells work in coordination to perform their functions. Now coming back to simple permanent tissues, these are of three types: the parenchyma, the collenchyma and the sclerenchyma. We'll be studying in detail about all these types in the later slides. The complex permanent tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. Both xylem and phloem are conducting tissues. Xylem conducts water and phloem conducts food. So these two together form a part of the vascular bundle of plant. Now let's study about parenchyma. Parenchyma is made up of oval or round cells with very thin cell walls. They are living cells. They are loosely arranged with large intercellular spaces in between them, and the function is generally to store food. In fact, parenchyma fills spaces in all parts of plants. So it is present in soft parts, leaves, fruits, flowers, and also in stems and roots. Parenchyma also performs some special functions, some special roles. For example, as Sclerenchyma, the parenchyma with chlorophyll, it performs photosynthesis. Then as Aerenchyma, that is parenchyma with air cavities, this is present in aquatic plants and it helps in keeping the plant afloat. So it has large intercellular spaces as well as air cavities, and these Aerenchyma help the aquatic plants to stay floating on water surface. The next type of simple permanent tissue is collenchyma. Collenchyma is made up of cells that are elongated and irregularly thickened at the corners. Now because of these thickenings, they have less intercellular spaces. These are living cells and these provide flexibility and mechanical strength to the plant. What does that mean? It helps to bend soft branches without breaking, especially of the climbers and the tendrils. The next one is Sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma is made up of cells which are long and narrow, and these are known as fibers. They are dead cells, which means the interior of the cell is empty as shown in the diagram. The cell walls are thickened due to the presence of lignin. They provide hardness to the plant, and they are present in stems, around vascular bundles, in veins of leaves, and in hard coats of seeds and nuts. Now we come to the complex permanent tissue. The first one is xylem. Xylem is made up of 4 types of cells: the tracheids, the vessels, the xylem parenchyma, and the xylem fibers. Now the tracheids and vessels are cells with thick walls. They are dead cells. They are tubular with pits on the walls. These pits allow for transport of water. So the main function of tracheids and vessels is water transport. The xylem parenchyma stores food. These are parenchyma, which means they are living cells. And then the xylem fibers, these are fibers, which means they are sclerenchymatous cells. They are dead cells and they provide support to the xylem. The next complex permanent tissue is phloem. Phloem again is made up of different types of cells. The first one is the sieve cell, the sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. So here there are 5 types of cells. The sieve cells and the sieve tubes are mainly concerned with transport of food. So they are tubular cells with holes in their wall, that is perforated walls. They are living cells. The companion cells provide energy to the above two for the transport of food. In the next year, you'll study that while water transport occurs on its own, that is a passive transport, phloem or food transport through phloem is a active transport. It involves consumption of energy. So this energy is provided by companion cells. The phloem parenchyma stores food and the phloem fibers provide support. So there are some similarities with xylem, while there are many differences between xylem and phloem. With this, we come to the end of the topic. Here are a few questions for you to practice. Good luck and bye-bye.